Welcome to the market signals of week 28 prepared by Career Angels. So, week 28, what can we see here? We have, as always, our index A and index B. Those indexes and the numbers that you are seeing, will be seeing, or have been seeing since week 13 of this year are the number of published job ads on LinkedIn in a given country or region. Here we can see that one good piece of news is that the countries of the European Union have increased their job ads between week 17 and week 28 by 120,999 job ads. That's an increase of 3.1%, so that's good. The rest, as you can see, we have decreases of minus 8.26% and minus 14.54%. And you can see the changes in absolute numbers next to that. Index B are the weekly changes in 1836 countries and the European Union. And here, when we look at 2 weeks, we see an increase. If we look at the weekly change, we see a decrease. So good, but not as good as it could be. What else? What's worth mentioning? Index 18, just as last week, the same two countries were the only ones that published more job ads in week 28 than in week 13, which are Poland and Ukraine. So that's a very strong sign that those economies have been picking up. Index 36 shows us that 44.45% of the countries published more job ads in week 28 than in week 15. That is slightly less than last week. Slightly less meaning 5.55%. But still, it's more or less half. And that decrease means that we're back at the same level as in week 26. Now, weekly changes in Europe. Here you can see that we track the numbers of published job ads in Europe, and we divided them up into the various regions. You can already see that Southeast Europe here has drastic changes or very dynamic changes. What's worth mentioning as well, I did mention the European Union. So overall, we have a plus 3.11% increase, but a decrease looking at the weekly changes of 6.78%. Then the Visegrad region has similar results when comparing week 13 to week 28. In other words, it is relatively stable, and we're, I don't want to say back to normal, but we're at the same level as more or less the same levels as in week 13. Winners of the week, so good news. The Baltic region noted the biggest positive difference between week 15 and week 28, plus 13.66%. And is also the only region that noted a positive increase in all the countries. And Estonia, again worth mentioning, scored very high in the full ranking as well, plus 27.56%. So that's good. One more winner of the week is Serbia and Portugal. Comparing week 15 to week 28, Serbia has the biggest increase with 38.52 increase in the number of published job ads, and Portugal has the biggest weekly increase with 12.23%. And talking about winners, we can also look at tendencies. So here we have a list of countries that have reached or outrun the initial number of job ads. We have Bosnia and Herzegovina, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Portugal, Serbia, Slovakia, and Slovenia. So again, here we have trends, and those are very positive trends. And between good and bad news, we have an observation, which is the region with the most fluctuations, especially Germany here stands out. You can see that Germany here has the biggest roller coaster happening. And now moving on to the losers of the week. For the last 3 weeks, so Southern Europe has noted the biggest decrease in the number of published job ads on LinkedIn out of all the regions. And that happened because of Italy and Spain, that are among the top 3 worst countries in week 13 and week 27. Where they had decreases of 39.33% and 35.65% respectively. And we also need to mention the other 2 biggest negative changes, aside from the already mentioned countries, Italy and Spain. We have Sweden at minus 36.09% and Germany by minus 11.7%. So if you are an experienced manager who happens to live in a country where there are either a lot of candidates competing for your jobs or there are not that many jobs to choose from, you can get in touch with Career Angels directly with me to have access to a free career consultation or a free CV report, which we're more than happy to have a look at and give you pointers on how to improve your chances on a job market. Some of you might now say, but hey, Sandra, it's July, August, it's summer. Is that really a good moment to look for a job? If you look at the numbers, the traditional summer, we're kind of joking that the traditional summer is closed for various reasons. One, the numbers show us that business is back in a lot of countries. Companies need to hire people and experienced managers and executives to start work as of September 1st or October 1st. And in order to start September or October 1st, you need to take part in recruitment processes now in the summer. It is a good moment to also take summer to prepare for a more active approach to the job market. If you happen to go on holidays, a lot of us had been asked to take vacation time and days off during the pandemic to make sure layoffs don't happen or to reduce the risks of layoffs. So there are even people who, even if they wanted to go on holidays, there are no holidays left. So yes, summer is a good time, at least in 2020, to be actively looking for a job. So make sure to take this opportunity. Where can you find job ads? Well, we look for gems on the hidden job market, and we publish them on LinkedIn in a group called Hidden Job Market for Experienced Managers in Europe. And here an example of the 3 out of 27, I believe, job ads that we found this week that are worth mentioning here. HR Director EMEA. There is an HR Director EMEA role, Global Head of Sales, General Manager European Region. What's important to mention about those job ads is that all of them are in English and there's a very big likelihood of them accepting international candidates. And sometimes there are at least 1 or 2 locations or even 2 different cities or 2 different countries where candidates can potentially be based in. Good. If you want to follow more, you can find our daily content, daily updates on our Career Angels company page. And for market signals and daily market signals, you can visit our showcase page or even subscribe to our showcase page called Market Signals, where we post daily updates. And I invite you to check in on Saturdays in the afternoon for the full report. Today I mentioned the quantitative aspect, but since week 13 we have also reached out to probably around 300-400 CEOs, CFOs, CHROs, etc. to understand what kind of actions do companies take, how do they see the market. So if you want to have a full qualitative and quantitative view on what's going on, that's where you should go. See you next week.